In the Perfect Storm book, there's a chapter on planetary frequency. I haven't talked about this too much on YouTube, but this is a chapter that actually contains time factors and many examples of how to use them. These can be used to measure price ranges, or they're also time counts or time counts in degrees to project from a pivot point to get another pivot. So in this example, the red trend lines are marking two planetary frequencies. There's a couple of different things going on here. This planetary frequency chart this information is readily available on the internet. We've got a chart posted in the book. The planets have their own frequency and their own wavelength. So these can be used in price and time. So I'm projecting two different frequencies for time counts off of each pivot. And then I've got two price range projections marked off of those. One is a frequency and one is a wavelength. But coming off of this low back here in June, I'm taking two measurements. The first one, this low measures to this point here, which is this low right here. The second projection is another frequency measurement that goes low to the point of this high. The next one is from this top. That one also comes to the same point that this low projected to, and that gave us the first major high in December. The second count off of this high goes to the secondary high over here in January. I'm using the same two frequencies to project from each pivot. And then the last one I took off of this low took us 1 day off of this high, and this second one out to here was 1 day off the low in that consolidation period. For price range, I'm using two different projections. The first one is a Mercury frequency, and it happens to correspond to a C sharp tone. The second one is a Venus frequency, and that corresponds to an A tone, the musical A. The musical A is the frequency here from this low to this high. The C sharp tone is the frequency from this low to this high. So the planets have their own frequency and wavelength, and those are useful projectors in price and time because they're part of the natural system that the Earth and its inhabitants are under here. So just want to point out that planetary frequencies can also be used as time factors. Just like I mentioned, Gann said time factors are equated with time cycles and partial time cycles, or planetary cycles, to make that term a little bit interchangeable, but those are all good measuring sticks. So these are just simple static numbers, and both of those numbers are very prominent in the Tunnel Through the Year book. And one of these measurements is one that it may be Gann's most famous number, which should be obvious to anybody watching this. And then the other one is also very close to another famous Gann number.